Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. This is Justin.
Wyatt.
Steve.
Today we're going to take a look at the Leccia Black. One of our users asked us to review this a while back. We apologize it took us so long to get to it, but we are getting to it today. So coming in very, very nice, smooth, medium brown wrapper. A couple of little imperfections along the seams, a little stretch mark here, but I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. It's a little spongy here at the foot and a little firm up by the cap, but again, I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. Aroma, I get a nice like campfire off of it. Campfire tobacco. Maybe a bit of sweets. No, just like a nice campfire and earth. What?
You know, I totally agree, actually. Campfire. Because I was smelling the cigar and I kept thinking, it's got like a tangy, almost sweetness to the cigar that, I don't know, that reminded me of like a marinade or something. But yeah, campfire, that's what it is. Bizarre, I've never smelled that in a cigar before. But yeah, great construction, pretty firm pack, really, really smooth, like Justin said. And a really unique aroma to the cigar that I hope becomes a taste. Steve?
Thank you. I agree, there's a little bit of sweetness. It's interesting, I'm not getting the campfire so much, but I am getting like a barnyard,
Earth.
horse stable,
Yeah.
earth smell to it. I'm not sure why I'm not getting campfire, but I'm not. Yeah, is this sun-grown, or do you know?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what the wrapper is on this.
Put that in the description.
Well,
let's get a
a
lid
lot
up.
about the cigar, but let's do it.
I wouldn't worry about not getting campfire, Steve. Sometimes me and Wyatt get some crazy shit. You seem generally concerned that you're not getting.
Nope.
Nice first puff for me. Kind of a, you know, it doesn't taste like a campfire to me. It tastes like that tangy, almost sweetness. There's a little bit of pepper. You know, that whole first puff just reminds me of like, you know, the aftertaste when you finish a plate of ribs or something. It's very, very good on that first
Yeah,
puff.
very nice.
Yeah.
Very like savory and
Yeah.
peppery.
Yeah.
I don't want to say salty, but definitely kind of a savory note to it. A bit of pepper. And I don't pick up anything like a campfire. So maybe our nose was off.
It's very pleasant draw, nice full smoke. Getting not so much a sweetness, but a spicier flavor to it. So far, so good. See how it develops.
Yeah, let's get into the first third, see how it goes.
Part of the country you're in. Well, we're about 10 minutes into this Leccia Black. You know, I've had this cigar before, and I remember not really thinking much of it, but I really, really like it this time. I don't know what it is. You know, there's a lot of unique flavors going around in there. There's kind of that savory sweetness that we've been talking about. And all three of us seem to have a different opinion of what it is, but to me, it's like I just finished a plate of ribs. I mean, it's a really unique, interesting, and dynamic taste that I was not expecting at all in this cigar. So hopefully it keeps up that way. Steve?
Thank you, Wyatt. This is a very interesting cigar. I really like the full smoke. It's very fluffy, kind of like a marshmallow. So that's really enjoyable. The flavors coming through, it's kind of a complex cigar. It's very interesting. I don't think I've smoked anything like this before. Bit of spiciness, a bit of sweetness. And they're both there, and they're both pleasant. One's not overpowering the other, so it's interesting to smoke something that blends spiciness and sweetness as well as this cigar does. Usually cigars that have a wrapper like this, a lighter wrapper, tend to be one or the other, but this one is both. Justin?
Very nice cigars. Medium in body, medium in strength. The flavors for me is very savory note. That's what the first thing I pick up. The savory has a nice little pepper zing to it on the back of the tongue as it goes into the finish. That sweetness blends really well with that savory note, and I want to call it like a honey barbecue sauce. And I've watched a couple of reviews on this one, and everyone kind of talks about some sort of food with it, and I completely agree. Is it the Kentucky burn, or what? Isn't there something to do with tobacco in this one?
I'm not sure actually, but
Anyway, I could be full of it. I don't know. But anyway, I completely agree. This is a very savory cigar. It definitely is very reminiscent of eating some sort of hearty meat dish, like a barbecue or ribs or steak or something. It's very savory, very enjoyable. But let's get into the second third and see how it goes. Welcome back. We're about halfway the San Lucia Black. And I looked it up, and I guess part of the filler is that Kentucky fire cured tobacco, and I'm guessing that's where I'm getting that very savory note from. And it's still there, still very savory, it's like a savory sweetness. I still attribute it as like a honey barbecue. Still got some pepper coming in on the finish. Medium in body, medium in strength. Just really enjoying it. Steve, what?
Thank you. I agree, still very smooth, nice, rich smoke. It hasn't changed too much, but its complexity rests more in the flavors that you get when you're smoking it, not so much the change of the cigar, at least to the halfway point. It might change later. I don't know yet. So far, still very enjoyable, spicy, sweet cigar that could probably use some ribs to go with it. Why?
I totally agree. Not great, construction on the cigar. I've had a few burn problems, but they're worth it. I mean, the taste is very unique. It's very dynamic. It's something that really makes me want to try more San Lucia cigars. I guess my one qualm is that savory taste we've been talking about is starting to kind of mellow out now. It's not quite as vibrant as it was in the first half, but still a very, very good cigar.
Let's get into the final third, see how it goes.
Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. We're the final third of this Leccia Black. What's it called?
San Lucia.
Yeah. See, it's changed a little bit. It's not as spicy and sweet as it was before. Still a very smooth, rich smoke. Still like a marshmallow in that regard. Now it's a little bit spicier, but more just like a pleasant tobacco. Just a nice, pleasant tobacco taste throughout. This has been a mild cigar in both body and flavor. The burn has been pretty good for me up until this point. This would be a good cigar for like an after lunch cigar, or maybe even an outdoor cigar. Give this cigar an 8, a solid 8. It's a good cigar, something I would smoke again. It was quite pleasant. Justin?
Yeah, it's a very pleasant cigar. For me, that savory note kind of died down a little bit, but it was always there. I always tended to have a bit of pepper coming in on the finish, and kind of that honey barbecue sweetness kind of always played throughout. I don't want to say it's super complex, because those are pretty much the flavors for me throughout, but they were very good flavors, very unique. This cigar is, in that aspect, very unique. I've never had a cigar like this. There might be a few out there, but for me, this was definitely an experience. For me, it was more of a medium in body and medium in strength. Very enjoyable. I'd have to give it a little bit higher. I'd give it an 8.5. Really enjoyed it. I think that I would look for these at a cigar shop when I go in there, and if I'm looking for something a little bit different, this would be something I would grab. What?
I totally agree. A very unique cigar. I mean, just different. The tastes were very interesting. It definitely got my mind on the cigar. Like I said before, my one qualm with the cigar is that once we got to the halfway point, that kind of savory, I don't know, rib taste kind of died out. But otherwise, very, very good. I can't recommend more that you pick one up. I'd agree with an 8.5. I had a few little construction problems, but they were absolutely worth it. Just a really interesting cigar. I could see pairing this at, not really a morning cigar, but you know, definitely like Steve said, an after lunch cigar and an end of your day cigar.
Well, in conclusion, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. And until next time, smoke them if you got them.